you made a point of saying, when they saw the crosses on the side of the road, the men hanging from those crosses, and their accusations were nailed to the cross. What they've been accused of is nailed to the cross. And even with Jesus, what was he being accused of? Being king of the Jews. It was nailed to the cross. That was what he was guilty of. And often you hear people say the law was nailed to the cross. Well, it wasn't the law that was nailed to the cross. It was the accusations against you that are nailed to the cross.
Colossians 2:14.
Yeah, it's the accusations that God could hold against you.
Right.
Because of the law that is nailed to the cross. It's those accusations, because the law shows us our sin. And so Jesus took the punishment of the law so that we can receive the blessings of the law. And I think that's really important to understand, because we get that confused.
Yes. When we see the accusation on his cross, capital C, that says Jesus of Nazareth, King of the Jews, what it actually should have been was a really long roll of parchment that had everybody's sin ever committed written on it, that it would stretch to probably the moon. But that's what he was actually dying for.
Yeah, exactly. And I heard a teacher, and he was reading a book, and it was an old book. It was from the 40s, so during basically the World War II. But he said it was an old rabbi who wrote this book, and in it he mentioned, or he wrote, I should say, that the Holy Spirit only clothes those who have derobed themselves of their flesh and carnal desires.
Wow.
The Holy Spirit only clothes those people in righteousness. We know that's what he does. He clothes us in righteousness, but he can only clothe us in righteousness when we have stripped ourselves of our flesh and our cardinal desires.